striker, left forward, striker, left forward, striker. G'day mate, my name is Jamar, welcome back to another episode on the channel. Today we've got a cheap squad for FUT Champs and just really for Div 1 in general. You can like tackle all the super teams and it's pretty cheap. I think it probably would only come to, I'm not too sure, sorry, on like updated prices because I bought most of these cards like ages ago. So when I show you the prices, there'll be a fair bit more. Three players, sorry, I just bought just for this video, but I have used them extensively. So even though I don't have games on these cards, I have used them extensively before, so I like know what I'm talking about at least. So let's just get straight into it. At left forward, we've got Walcott. I mean, he's one of the ones I just bought just for this, so that's why there's no games. I bought him for 1800 in left forward with marksman. As you get, like, when you look at his stats, you'd think he'd be like absolutely amazing. I mean, like 93 pace, 77 shot, 80 dribbling. Like you'd think he'd just be like next level, but he's kind of lacks a little bit. If you get on his left foot, it's a little bit shaky with only that 3-star weak foot. Only has 3-star skills, which isn't great for an attacker. But he's alright, but he's just not as good as you'd like probably think he would be. So at striker, we have actually a left forward again. That's going to be Anthony Martial. I've played a lot of games with Martial, 150 now, and he has it's just dropped under a positive game contribution to goals. It's 3 less now than what it used to be positive, but a lot of FUT Champs games. So that's pretty much all FUT Champs or Div 1. I didn't buy him that long ago. I bought him when his price was a bit higher than it is now, but it wasn't that long ago. His stats aren't that great, like on his card, but he just plays amazingly. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high medium attack, 6 foot, 76 physical. He's strong enough. So yeah, it's just really good. At right forward, we've got, so this is one of the upgrades that I'll make. So in this team we have Mane, and here's another one that I just bought because I obviously sold him when I got the one to watch. But his stats are pretty good on his card. If you have the coins, you can go for his upgraded card because I think that's around 20k. But also, like if you have the coins, this one to watch card is pretty good. I've only played 8 games with him. Because I did have the 84 inform, not the one to watch, and I sold the inform when he got the upgrade and like the second inform and stuff. So I went and got the one to watch. As you can see here, I paid 412. It's pretty much around that price still, but this card's insane. You can, even without like scoring tons and tons of goals, it's almost like 6 and 8 is pretty good from right forward. Don't get me wrong, especially when my striker is scoring a lot and my left forward is scoring, but yeah, he's not in this team, so I'll stop talking about him a little bit. But yeah, so normal Mane is still really good. He'll get you a lot of goals in the games that you play and stuff. So the attack, it's very fast. It's pretty strong for the most part, and yeah, it's very, very. It can like just batter defenses pretty much. So moving to the midfield. At left CM, I'm going to play Fernandinho. I mean, I just bought him on my road to glory, so like he's pretty good. I've only played 17 games with the one that I have here, but I've had him and sold him tons in the past. Like look at his card, it's just so consistent. That's why I bought him on the road to glory, because like I just know how he plays and know he's consistent. In the middle, I'm going to put Ericsson. Here's another one that I just bought for this squad builder, but again, I probably would have played at least 300 to 400 games with this card. Again, if you have the coins, you can go for the 85. I just didn't, just because for the price, it's not the biggest upgrade I've ever seen. So yeah, and obviously if you have the coins, you can just go for his informs or his second inform. They're just insane after the upgrade, like crazy stats. So yeah, he's a great attacking player. And then on the right we have Matic. So pretty much in how my midfield's set up, we have Matic on the right, Ericsson in the middle, and Fernandinho on the left. So pretty much Ericsson will hopefully come up through the midfield and be in the center, kind of dictating the play. And then I have both Fernandinho and Matic set to stay back while attacking. I'll show you the instructions afterwards. But essentially they're going to track back to kind of make like a 4-3-3 number 4, I think, with the 2 CDMs. But not as bad, like not as well defined as the 4-3-3 number 4. And my 2 attackers are going to stay, like my right and left forward are going to stay close to my striker. So it's pretty much just a more defined, better version of the 4-3-3 number 4, as well as Fernandinho coming forward a little bit now and then as well. He does have that high defensive work rate, and however, he is kind of like a box-to-box midfielder for me. And Matic, obviously, his stats are just like, it's insane. I've played almost 200 games with him. He scored 16 goals and 24 assists, which isn't bad from that like defensive CM role kind of thing. And his passing is a little bit sketchy, like when I'm passing out from the back, so that's why I slapped the catalyst on him, give him that boost in pace, try to get him up in the 70s and up into 80 passing, and then that card is actually insane. It's probably one of my favourite cards this year. He's just like a great holding midfielder. So then we'll come into the defense now. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing in terms of left back. At the moment, I have been playing Hector Bellerin on, I think I can get him to like 5 or 6 chem at left back with like 7 chem there with when I put Bailly next to him. So pretty much he has 7 chem, which is like, he doesn't get decreased or anything in your stats. I played a lot of games with him as well, and like honestly, if you have the coins, I would probably go with Inform Marcus Alonso, who is like, that's who I play at the moment in my like team, because he's just insane. I've only played only 23 games with him. I bought him at like 2 weekends ago, so I couldn't use him last weekend for the weekend league, or maybe I just bought him this week during the week for, I don't know. I bought him just pretty recently, obviously, that's why there's only 23 games on him, but he's very, very good. However, like for the coins, Hector Bellerin, I bought him for 9k, but he's way less than that now, and he can just slot in there. His pace is insane. Physical's a little bit lacking, don't get me wrong, but with the pace, he can kind of get bullied off and then still get back to the ball after that. And especially when you put Bailly next to him, like Bailly's just a beast, 6'2", does have that high attacking work rate, but I don't notice it too much. And he has the pace to get back and help afterwards normally anyway. I have Sentinel on him, which just gives him insane stats in defense and physical. I've played only 22 games for this one because I packed this one recently. That's why it's first owner. I did have another one that I sold on that I had played a lot more games with. The other centre back I have is Smalling. Now this isn't like a very original team, don't get me wrong. There'll be plenty more squad builders I'm going to make in the future with like cool hybrids and stuff, but this is just a nice cheap place to start. I bought Smalling back when he was 19k. I think he's a little bit less than that now, like a fair bit less than that actually. Maybe, yeah, he's like 12, 13k probably. So yeah, I bought him back then. I've played almost 200 games with him as well, which that's not like the first one I bought. I played a lot more before him, and I think he's one of the best centre backs in the game. His stats are just so consistent. He turns up game after game after game. He's always there to help out, and yeah, he's really good. And then at right back, I just have the default Kyle Walker. His stats are like, look at that pace. His defense is a little bit lacking, and physical is pretty good for a right back, to be honest. He has nice passing and nice dribbling. Very well-rounded card. Again, this one I just recently bought, only 14 games. I've used Kyle Walker pretty much every FUT Champions just about when I wasn't using Bellerin and stuff. So yeah, he's great. I'd probably prefer him over Bellerin, so that's why I take out Bellerin and put in Alonso. But yeah, pretty much Kyle Walker is probably one of the best right backs for kind of cheap in the whole game. And then in a goalkeeper, there's just really one choice around this price range. It's just going to be Butland. Again, I grabbed him for the Road to Glory because he's so cheap. I've played 44 games with this one. Again, this isn't like the first one I ever had. I've bought and sold him tons, and I've played tons more games with him than that. So this is pretty much the like cheap team that I would go with if I had a budget to make for FUT Champions. And now I'll kind of just show you the kind of upgrades that I made through like this year as the year progressed. So pretty much when I started with Butland, I then eventually upgraded to De Gea, and that's who I now use in centre back. As I already stated, I play Alonso at left back. Now, I didn't include any of these like squad builder challenge cards just because if you didn't do it, it's no good me putting him in the squad builder because then you're like, oh, well, who do I use instead? But I play Dele Alli here. I played 64 games with him. So, like, obviously, if you don't have the Ali, you can just put Eriksen there. If you do, you can put Ali in. His stats are just insane. Like, it's actually just stupid card. Looks so good. And then I don't play Sterling, but I play Son at left forward. And then I leave Martial at striker, and then I play that one to watch Mane at right forward. So that's pretty much the team that I'm going to be rocking with into FUT Champs this week. Sorry, that's incorrect. I also put Touré into the midfield. So that's the team that I'm going to be rocking with this weekend. So I'll let you know how I get on for sure. If you want to see how I go, follow me on Twitter and I'll let you know. I'll have a link in the description. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more. There'll be tons more like cool like hybrids and stuff for each weekend league, and tons more trading tips. Another Road to Glory episode should be out tomorrow. But other than that, my name is Jamar, and I'll catch you all later.